Hello there, hello everybody. Welcome to the Omoefe TV Nollywood conversation with Omoefe Kings. This is the conversation, Nollywood conversation with Omoefe. And today we have some of the brightest minds in the industry when it comes to um, the casting auditions in the industry, Nollywood industry. Most of the time, a lot of people don't know how to come into this industry, right? They ask, how do I get into this industry? What do I need to do and all that. So if you ever have a dream of walking to the doors of Nollywood, you need to go through what we call auditions and castings, right? Today I have two beautiful ladies who are well experienced in the business of casting auditions in the industry. First of all, I have Alex Zora. Alex Zora is a well experienced uh, actress and a casting director. She has a background in banking and finance before she ventured into entertainment. She's well experienced when it comes to casting and audition. She's done audition and casting for a lot of films actually and projects. The one I can remember vividly now, I know Shadow of Greed and Deeper, right? Ladies and gentlemen, she's also the CEO of Urban Savvy Media, right? Welcome to Nollywood Conversation with King Omoefe, Alex Zura.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. Next, I have a big one, Daphne. Well, I'll just say Daphne Akatuba for now, right? Daphne has over 20 years of experience in this industry. In fact, she grew into this industry and she was born into this industry and she grew into this industry and all that. So she's well experienced and she's a specialist in casting. She's been doing casting for more than 5, going to 6, 7 years, right? And she's the CEO of, founder or partner of casting page castings. She's been involved in a lot of casting for a lot of projects in Nollywood. Um, some of those events, what you've done include production value includes Smart Money Woman, um, Close of Business, on African Magic Under the Influence, and a lot of commercial, including the one for Trophy Lager Beer, MTN, Legal Assurance, and a whole lot. Welcome to the conversation with King Omoefe. Uh, ladies, thank you for coming for joining me for this conversation. Good evening, everybody. Um, we'll go straight into dive. But do you have anything to say? Any introduction? Is there anything I missed out that you want to put into it before we dive straight into this whole conversation? So are we good to go?
Yes, we are. It's
Yeah.
good to be here.
Okay.
Okay, great. Um, so can each of you let me start with Alex, right?
Okay.
Can you share your briefly can you briefly share your journey, right? Your journey into this industry, into the business of audition and casting. Why casting directing? How? Why? How?
Okay. Um, my journey into the industry I started overseas background actor. Then before I moved into acting fully. Then I think while I was probably most times I observe the quality of the background actors and some cast was not production standard. So I had to do an intern with a casting agency. Then I had to start learning on the process. Then from there, I had to start coordinating from the background to day players. From day players, I moved to casting with directors, producers, EP, and step casting for lead roles and sub lead. So I moved also to TVC commercials, documentaries, and reality show. Like I already have a reality show coming up next month. I'm also the casting director on it. So I think that's my journey so far. So that's it.
Great. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you. It's a great one. Daphne. Myself and Daphne, we've come a long way, really. We've come a long way. Just so you know, my daughter's name is Daphne, and This is where I got the name from. We'll come along. Daphne,
Proud
please
Daphne carrier.
have a stop.
Okay, so I was born into film. So I was lucky to have that experience from as little as what 2. I knew that. I knew what, being in productions were like. And I think that about maybe 15 years ago was when I started 15 years ago, and got experience in auditioning because I was privileged to sit in and have people come and physically audition. And I also had my own romance with being an actress and doing some productions in Nigeria, in Ghana. And so I feel like when the opportunity came for it to become a proper business, so I'd been doing it informally, like auditioning, you know, um, looking at who would fit a role best in informal conversations, just because I was privileged to be in the room. But then about 5 or 6 years ago, I it became a serious business. And why? Because I had somebody who, had worked with me before, literally tell the production company that they wanted me to handle the casting, because they believed I would understand the vision, the budget, and everything. And so that then I realized that, oh my God, this is actually something that is, there's a need for, and it's a specialization on its own. And so that became a serious business at the time. Now, because of the fact that I've had experience with acting, I've been in production, conversations, I've been on the crew side, I've been on the actor side, I could empathize with actors. I think that acting is one of the most informal, unstable businesses you can be in, especially when you're trying to break in.
Yeah,
And I understand a lot of
that's right.
the actors. In fact, now it's even better. Like back then, you would walk through, if you know Surulere, like walk from they can be doing auditions all through that Surulere. You walk through the stretch, you do audition here before you go to the next bus stop. There's another audition, there's another audition. And you can go to different auditions and literally be sitting down um from one. Sometimes you are keeping seats in another in 2 or 3 other auditions. And so I saw how unstable
Right.
it could be. And one of the drivers for me was, how do we create some stability? How do we infuse some dignity as well into it? And so that started my foray into like casting. And it's been an exciting journey. I, like Alexandra said, you would do background, you would do supporting, you would do leads, you would do commercials, you would do everything. But I think casting is it's very interesting, because as much as it's not, even the Western world or the bigger film markets are now catching up into like acting. So for example, at the Oscars, casting directors now have a category. It didn't used to happen,
Yeah.
it just happened
Sure.
recently.
Yeah.
It means,
That's
yes, it means that people are now taking it seriously, to understand that the casting work
mhm.
is a big role. And so it's interesting to see like
Yes.
Nollywood begin to get into that. Even for stage plays, like castings are important. Even radio commercials, like who's picking the voice, what's the right voice to go for that. So that was literally my journey. I've played different roles, and then now coming to settle into casting as a thing. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. The community, now you know the kind of persons that we have, the guests that they have, the powerhouses of casting in Nollywood to be right now. There are very few of them, and I must tell you this before you mention the first 5 casting directors. Do not just wayside or roadside. I mean, people who are actually doing professionally. You must mention Alex, and you must mention Daphne Page's Page casting as well. Thank you very much for the intro and all that. Let's go straight. We have a full community already in the house. Um, just let me start. Let me just acknowledge them quickly. Papa Asiri, thank you very much. Said glad to be here too. Thank you. Peter Manboyo, Peter Man is our backbone in the house. Peter Ahmed thank you. Said glad to be here. Glad to be here. Sulaiman Salem Alex. Oh, he said Sulaiman Salem. Said Alex. Yes, she's Alex. Alex is here. So
Okay. Hi.
your colleague says I'm here. Right. Mary Omoefe, mother of Daphne Omoefe. She's online, way to go. Thank you, dearie. Tony Okoli, say OJ, yeah, OJ, thank you. Lumi 360, thank you. Tony Okoli says National Theatre. Oh, all right, that's right. Yes, okay. Tony Okoli says, okay, all this place where we need to go for is reacting to places I used to do auditions there in Sudan in those days, Winnie's, National Theatre, Auditions, and all that. Peter is Peter Aman, we say casting director at the first port of call when unsung, and the unsung hero. Absolutely, absolutely. Gospel, I recognize it. Thank you very much. Let's dive straight into it. This is a question that I usually ask casting directors, and because we used to twist, we seem to twist it most of the time. Casting auditions and casting. Is there a difference? And if there are any difference, can we throw more light into this? Daphne, you want to shoot first?
Okay, so casting is the entire process of deciding the talents or the actors that are going to work for a production. So casting can take 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, sometimes. It's a very long process. It involves a lot of steps. But when you look at is auditions, I would say, well, are one or it's a part of the entire casting process. So when you think about you
Right.
go for an audition, you're just going at that time to show your skill. But even to have gotten
Yes.
an audition is a part of the full casting process. So I would say that casting
Right.
is the broad term for what it takes to get an actor on on a production, or to decide the actors that will be on a
Yeah.
production. An audition is one of the actions or one of the processes in the acting process. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alex, you want to speak to it too? You want to speak to that,
Okay,
Alex?
yeah. So let me chip in a bit. So audition at trial, why casting is the final process. Casting is actually a very long process. So I agree to what she said. Auditions are where actors come in to
Right.
showcase, and oh, I'm here as an actor. I can do this role. I came to showcase. I'm fit for this role. While casting, like she said, is a long and broad process where EPs, directors, casting directors have to decide the actors who they need for the role. So I agree to what you said. So I think that's all I have to pitch in.
Abs- Absolutely. Because for audition, basically the process of shortlisting people that
Yeah.
you are likely going to
Yes.
cast. Right. So the final process, which is the casting, is where we now fit the role, the people into those roles that we need to have them at the end. So, ladies and gentlemen, community, you can ask your question. We'll take your questions as we go and all that. But why is there a need for casting directors in Nollywood? I know you talked about a bit about it during your opening, two of you. Why is there a need for casting directors in this industry? Alex, you want to take a shot at that?
I feel like yes. So casting director is the process. So we all have our different departments in a film. We have the director, we have the casting director, we have the producer. I feel producers should there are some of the different departments that everybody needs to focus on. But when it comes to that casting, we have to leave it to the casting directors. So they bring out the actors, and sometimes casting director bring in actors to the EPs and producers, while most times they come together to decide. So I feel it's important to have a casting director on a project. So that's what I feel.
Yeah, and I think to add to that as well, it, a casting director, and I think that for a lot of people, a casting director is there to advocate for the actor. A
Yeah,
casting director is also removed sometimes from the passion of the production. So let me explain. Sometimes some writers write a script with actors in mind. Sometimes the director has even come on the production with some actors in mind. Now, when a casting director takes a script, reads the script, they're able to translate and picture what sometimes the audience would want to see. So sometimes they can sit down and say, look, this is the best actor. These are the actors that work in terms of
yeah,
what what the script has, as brought out. They understand the
Right.
different skill sets as well for the actors. So if you think about it, the
Yeah.
director is
Absolutely.
consumed with ensuring that, he can bring the script and bring it to life. The producer is working on the
Mhm.
different moving parts, but the
Yeah.
casting director is
Mhm.
focused on actors, their skill
On
sets,
getting,
also
yeah, getting the right person.
exactly, also understanding their personality. I always say that sometimes what people even
Mm.
forget is that because of the fact that casting directors are now working together, we have experienced an actor on a set. And we know that that actor will not pay
Mhm.
this other set. And I know it sounds
That's
because we've worked with them, we know. There's some actors that will come on your
right.
set. We know, we're
Yes.
even telling you before you start that this actor is good, oh. But I tell you when they come on, because it's
Mm.
beyond just the craft as well. There's what the actor brings to your
Absolutely.
production. There is, you put this
Mm.
person as number one. Is that a risk? If the person is your lead, is that going to be a risk to your production?
Mhm.
So, and then we can
Mhm.
also, because of the fact that our full-time job is finding talents, we can tell you
Right.
who the next breakout will be sometimes. Like we can tell you that, look, if you want to try someone new, this is somebody that you need to work with. And we a lot of times, I think when you also have casting directors, you have less stereotype casting. You have less typecasting. You have less where we say, oh, you want lover boy. They'll just tell you, let's just use this person, let's just use that person. Casting director
Yeah.
can even tell you sometimes that this actor that's been playing lover boy will be a good villain. People haven't
Right.
seen this actor in a villain role. Try this
Right.
actor. And so having a casting director on your set gives you more objectivity as a director and a producer. It allows you to have a range of things and it takes away a lot of stress. I think people don't understand how stressful casting can be.
It
There's
can be just like most
it is
times we
Right.
don't get to sleep. We have to be
I'm telling
awake.
you,
Like
productions
we
are
have to we have to
ongoing.
go
Yeah.
through the auditions, you have to go through another casting process, you have to still come back. You just have to make sure you deliver. And if an actor has a problem on set, you have to fix it. It doesn't concern the
Fix it.
producer or you have to fix
Exactly.
it.
So those
So
are some
it's
of
a
the
whole lot
things.
of stress.
Exactly. So I think that there's a lot of if when people understand that people management and bringing the right fit for a production into production is what we do, they then
Right.
value that even contracts. And when you have a casting director, there's that balance between advocating for the production and advocating for the talent or the actor because we try to balance both and make sure that okay we're speaking for the actors and also speaking
Yeah.
for the production. How do you find the right fit? Because you can tell the actors that oh maybe they need better pay or can you pay them this, why don't we do this, can they do that? It's I mean I love the job, and I'm sure
Right.
Alexandra loves the job. It's stressful, but
Of
having a
course.
casting director.
Uh, why we're at it right now? We have a lot of people in the community. They are giving us fire. They say you guys are hot. Lumia is still thank you. Limited six. Waiting for the gems are here already. Um, Miss Asian official. She's giving you guys hot fire. Jasper, Jasper Buka is giving you guys stars already. So it's hot out there. So the community, please, you can ask your questions as we go. It's a conversation, so it's not like question and answer kind of thing. So it's a community fireside kind of thing where you can ask questions and we'll take that as we go. Uh, while we're still at this level now, is there really this is out of the box? Is out of just came. Is there any qualification for you to? Is there a qualification process? Is there a training process, or do you have? Do you have to go to a particular school or is there a qualification for you to become a casting director? Daphne, okay, let's go.
I think
Let me start with you now.
I think for now because casting is coming up.
For people who want to become casting directors,
I
yeah,
think
for people
because
who want to
casting
become casting
director, the
directors,
role of a
and those
casting
who don't
director
know,
is still new. Sorry, I thought you were done. You can go ahead. Okay.
no, go ahead. Yes, yes,
Okay.
it's fine.
So I think that because the role of a casting director is still new, it's still,
Yeah.
there's no cost for it. What I would say is
Right.
that it would be good for you to have experienced production, probably a number
Right.
of times for you to be a casting
Mhm.
director. So I'd say if you're interested in being a casting director, two ways. You can either reach out to an existing casting director, be a casting assistant, so you
Yeah.
help and you get to
Mhm.
see the work that needs to be done, Another pathway could
Right.
be just getting on a production, even if it is PMing, running,
Exactly.
lights, anything, just
Right.
getting a production
I think that,
and work on a production.
right.
The good thing is that
Absolutely.
productions are so fluid that you can come in, as a runner, or you can come in as a PM's
Mm,
assistant. You can get to work on another production. You can come in with makeup, put your eyes on it, understand what's happening, what are the challenges. You can see, because some of the what part that makes the production stressful is the unpredictability of production for casting directors. You can have an
Yeah.
actor who's supposed to be on
That's
set tomorrow morning, who calls you at midnight to say, I can't make it. And
Or
you
an
have,
actor has to disappoint that they are Uber or something, or they have to come to set late and don't keep to time. Oh my
do you
God.
understand?
It's,
So you
it's
need to do all of
crazy.
that. So you,
let's not go to that Uber direction, yes, please. Because it's a conversation for another day.
so
Let us dwell with it because that's a big one. I know myself and Daphne had a long conversation about it yesterday. This Uber thing and all that. Well, let us stay within this. Why why should I trust a casting director? Why should I trust a casting director to cast for me?
Um,
Alex, why should I trust
I think,
when I can do it myself as a director or as a producer? I can do it myself. Why should I trust a casting director to do it? Go
you want to
ahead.
go first?
I mean, unless you want me to
Okay,
go first, but I think it goes.
Okay, so why I think you need
so
to.
Alex,
Hmm? Can you hear me?
yeah, go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Yeah, basically,
I I
okay,
think
let me reframe the question. Easier.
I can hear you.
Why should I call? Let me reframe the question. Can you?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
I can. Yeah.
Let me try and reframe the question. Why should I call an Alex to come and or a Daphne to come and cast for me?
Okay, so I feel like casting director has more closure with most of these actors because we source for these people will go online, will check Instagram, will check their crafts and all that. So you might not have that time to do all of that, even though you want to. And most times when you have your work or schedule or something, you will not remember all the cast, no matter how actors chat you and all that. When it's time for production work, you will not remember, oh, you'll be reaching out to me. So I think that's the work of the casting director to look out and we have worked with most of these actors. So we actually have know who are bad actors, actors who will mess up on your set, the professional ones, the one who don't stress. Because most times we can even tell you, please don't work with this person. This person will mess up your set and all that. So I feel because we have those more closing and we manage most of them. So and to also ease your work and all that. So I think
Mhm.
that's my
Okay,
own opinion.
great, great. Well, just speak to it,
Yeah.
Daphne.
So
Just
I
a
mean,
bit
to add
in
to
a
what
minute.
Alex,
But we have a lot to
yes,
cover.
to
Okay.
add to what Alex,
We have a lot to cover.
okay, to add to what Alex has said, we also
Right,
it also depends on what kind of production do you want to have. A casting director will bring order to your process. Why do I say that?
right.
So sometimes as directors, like she said, you have people in your WhatsApp, you have people in your DM, they are DMing you. So you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to do something for you. Shoot. Okay, somebody will get in touch with you. You then forget to do this. You then forget to document. But as a casting director, my job is to ensure that everything is properly documented. If tomorrow a production person or an actor comes and says, you didn't tell me that I was going to shoot for 10 days, I can easily say, look, refer to the email.
Yes.
The email, or the deal
Mhm.
memo has all the number of days that you have to be on
Yes.
set. The contract I gave you has this.
Mhm.
Sometimes we even look at contracts for production teams. I know how I've edited contracts for production for production team members to say, look, this doesn't protect you. You're not covered in this. What about shoots? What about reshoots? What about retakes? So
Yeah.
as a casting director, we are zeroed in on that. We also help sure that you are not liable. A lot of fights and drama, you are also distant from it. And we take away drama from you. So, for example, when an actor wants to give you small drama, they come to
That's
us
good.
first. We're able to
Mhm.
manage the process, keep you as the director or the producer away from drama. Because
Mhm.
there's a lot of drama that goes on that the
Drama.
directors don't even know about. But we're able to curtail it. We're able to call
Yes.
the actors, explain things to them a bit more because you're under pressure sometimes. It's not like you want to
Yeah.
be rude, but you probably just don't have time to explain. But we can take our time, let everybody breathe, and then bring everybody back to like a negotiating table, and it goes better. So it depends on
Right.
if you're doing a production that maybe is just two actors, maybe you don't need a casting director, you can do it by yourself. But if you're doing a proper production, you want to make sure
Mm.
that things are properly done, documented for business continuity, all of that. A casting director will go far for you. And like she said, you are casting a production with over 100 actors, 50 actors, 40 actors. Why do you want to be the one calling people, sending message, telling your PM? You want your casting director to handle that process, make sure that even your credits. Sometimes I know production that they finish shooting, they've forgotten who played the role of driver in
They'll
scene
have to
10.
come back and ask you
Driver
for the full, those who like your
for
cast
the
after 3 months, and you have to still bring. Like I don't have a choice. I still have to submit it. So it's just it. So
So I also know that most of the time why I will trust casting director. I know so casting where I've seen Alex done that. Usually you do some audition or casting outside production process. You just do them, just keep them and keep them in your database so that you make the job easier for we directors and producers. So that when I'm saying that I need X, you're just smiling and you already know what. So I know casting director does that a lot. Myself and Alex, I know we plan a couple of auditions and
yeah,
casting this year. We're going to because she said she need to work. Well, we both said we need some new set of people that want to put in our database. So these are one of the things that I know that casting director does. I know for page casting too. I know how you also promote people that this person can do this. I see the pictures and all that. So these are some of the things that casting director does and all that. Let me go to the communities. Let's join our community. um Akinleye Tualashe Raphael, thank you. Say, what do casting director look for at auditions? It's part of what we are asking. So let's go ahead. What do you guys look for at audition before the casting, before the main process of casting? What do we look for during auditions? I think it also ties with our our first question.
Okay.
What should actor, how should they prepare for auditions,
hmm.
right? How should they prepare for auditions? Then when they come for the audition as a casting director, why would you choose this person and not the other
Hmm.
person, right? For me, let me take a go. Let me take a go at some of this question, right? Um, for me, it comes with your process, So once you're coming from audition, my audition starts from when you enter the street to my office,
Yeah.
right? It does not start from when you come to my office and you start, from the beginning of this, when you enter the street, the way you deal with the security, the way we deal with secretary, the way we deal with every other colleague and all that, especially for those of us who do program, who do shows that I need for 30 days, for 40 days. So I need to work with somebody who is calm, somebody who I can trust, and somebody who can do very well. So what do I look for? I look for a lot of things, but basically for a casting director, for a director, we already have what we call the. I'm responding to his question now. Um, we have a character Bible, which tells us what we need to see in what we are looking for in auditions, right? With tall, short, dark, yellow, and all that. So we have a character Bible that guides us as casting directors to make sure that we get the right person and all that. Then and now look at what we look at for is usually physical appearance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes first and
It
foremost, you must
depends.
see no, but you must see the person first now. Who do you see the person first?
Yes, of course.
You see the person, so you have to see the person first. So for me, okay, I look at how you are dressed, how your presentation, how you present yourself. Are you well
Yeah.
presented? Um, for me, I don't really like raspy, so to speak. So um, yes, but you will get what your presentation, what's your kind of attitude and all that. So I look at all those things when I look at casting. But let me leave it for you guys, a professional. What do you guys look out for?
Hmm. Okay, you go first.
Alex, are you going?
You go first.
Alex, go first. Okay, Alex. Alex, I sat on the table with you and on the casting. I think that was Deeper, right?
Huh?
Series.
No,
I
no,
think I've been. I,
that was last year. That was Wheels series. Yeah,
who was ahead? The wheels.
yes, where we
Wheels.
had an audition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming. Everybody's coming. They're seeing Alex. They're like, they adjust themselves very well. They want to speak very well and all that. So, Alex, why do people have to adjust themselves very well? Why do you have to go and do makeup quickly and comb their hair very well? What do you look out for?
So I think to me, first impression matters a lot. Like because the moment you step into
Absolutely.
that room, your casting starts. We need to see
Right.
your behavior, your body
Mhm.
language alone. There are some rules. So there are some of them that are rude that you just walk into the room and you just get this vibe. Most times you try and and you see how most of them even relate with all that. Your casting starts
But
from there. Like
absolutely.
do you get? Well, then you have to also make sure you don't dress with a lot of showing your body and all that. Dress decent, not so much colors and all that. And I feel then I also look out for people who are ready to bring in to put in collaborative efforts and all that
What
because you don't want to work with a problem cast
person?
like
Mm-hmm.
like production, anything can happen. So I like working with people who, when something goes wrong, and they can able to like try and see the success of the production. So good
Right.
work ethics. I also work with that. If you have very good work ethic, it's perfect. Then um, and another thing I also look out for, I try to check if you're approachable because some people, oh my God, oh, let me just not say, let's just leave it for another day.
Let's go. Let's go. That is what you look out for.
I think that yes, the physical, I mean your physical appearance, how well put together are you, um, it's important.
Right.
But
Yeah.
then again, depending on the type of audition that you're coming for, right? So they're general auditions. So at Pages Casting, for example, we've held auditions just so that we can put a face to some of the talents that we have. We know that some people struggle with uploading good monologues. So we're like, okay, you know what? Come in and let's get to see you. Now, if you're going for a generic casting where you don't have any information, you're just going to show your skill, you definitely want to make sure that your monologue is solid. Like I can't explain like how you come into the room and how you deliver your monologue really, really, really takes it to a different level. So how you deliver your monologue, understanding that acting is not shouting, right? Understanding that I want to say a monologue. I don't want to come and see you crying from the moment you start doing the monologue to the end. I can't see range. So I want to see range on an actor, right? When you come for a generic audition, show me range. Do a monologue that I can see different emotions being expressed in that monologue. If you're coming for a close audition or a close casting where I know where I've already told you who the director is or who the producer is, I've given you a character bible, look the part. Like
You're right.
that one, I don't know how to explain it. Like I tell you that you're going to act as the daughter of a rich man and you come looking scruffy, you already don't even understand characterization. So for me, that's already I'm already like this person. And I'm not saying that go and borrow money to look a certain way, just to put together, understand, okay, do a big a deep dive. Who is this character? What would she sound
Give
like?
that.
What would she look like? What is my what is and even
Mm.
some actors, I've seen some actors do that. What is that thing about this actor that every line that is delivered, that character is coming through? um if you also know the kind of I've told you who the producer is or the director is, go and watch their other previous production. What kind of acting do they like? There's some directors that want your acting to be very like they want you to be subtle in the way you deliver your lines. There's some directors
Yeah.
that want you to be over the top. So you're coming for a casting, know that okay, I'm
Right.
casting for this director, I'm casting for that director, and let me play to what I know that director would like. So I'm looking at those
Right.
types of things because to me it shows an intelligent actor, It means that when this actor comes on set,
Mm.
I won't be struggling. You won't have to call the director to decide, and you have the director telling you, no, but this character, I want to. You already the character, the actor is intelligent enough to have researched what is this about, what am I going to do. When you come in, a pleasant smile, deliver what you need to deliver, and go straight to the point. So I
Absolutely.
think for me, those are some of the things I'm always thinking about. How intelligent is this actor? How much can they interpret the brief that I've given them? And do they show range in whatever they're delivering?
Okay. So just dress decently. Don't overdress. Don't over be too loud. Um, I also advise here that for any actor, always do a bit of background research about the project you're going for, a casting
Absolutely.
audition for, right? Find out if it's a comedy series they're doing, or a comedy film or action film and all that. It will also help you to position yourself and prepare yourself. To also find out who, if you can, who the direct, like that we mentioned. Try and find out who the director is. You know, you know the kind of thing that you suggest. So just try and find out, and you'll be able to get up some stuff as you go. Let me go to the community. Peterman Boyo says, how can we get cast when producers think we are unaffordable or we have been in the industry far and wide? Yeah, it's talking about, it's a casting director too. So most of the time, some producers and directors say, I know if you pay, I can't pay a casting director, they will charge me and all that, and all that. So he's saying that that's not a good excuse, right? We need casting director, we need casting directors in this industry. Papa Ashiri TV. Thank you. Enough love to you. And Lumi, can you tell us, as an underrated quality an actor, can you tell us an underrated quality an actor should have? Can you take that question again, because I don't really understand the
If it's
question.
an
And Lumi,
underrated
please
quality,
just
maybe like what is something that an actor should have that is maybe I'm thinking of value. And off the top of my head, I think what I talked
value.
about it is a great personality. Even if you're a good actor, if your personality is terrible, I'm not going to cast
Yeah,
you. And I think Alexandra
true,
said that
true,
you don't
true.
come
Are
on
you
set and give me a
approachable?
headache.
Are you
Do you
approachable?
understand?
Like very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Akinleye says, do Android quality monologue tape get ignored at casting?
Huh?
I don't think
I
so.
don't. I
No,
didn't get that.
I don't think
He said,
I don't
does
think we know what an Android quality monologue tape will be. As long as the tape looks
yeah,
good, it looks
you
good.
know, so everybody's doing iPhone these days. Everybody's iPhone. So
If I see a video,
you
I honestly
understand. So
can't
he's
tell
saying,
you if
can
it's Android
Yes.
or an iPhone. So I don't think.
yeah, well, just do a nice video. Let the background be good.
Yeah.
Look at my two guests. Look at their background. Look how beautiful their background. Just something nice.
Mhm.
Have a good light around you, and do a good monologue. And make sure you have do it in a good background where the background is good, and where there's no much noise.
Yes.
Understand? And make sure don't dress like we already advised. Don't dress too loud, and don't do over too much makeup and all that. You want to do something nice and easy and all
Yeah.
that. So, but you can use
Yeah. I think to add to that, like when you talk about the quality of a monologue, and I have over 1,000 monologues in our database today. I think some people underestimate the job, the work it takes to do a monologue. I mean,
No,
there's
I
some people who
think
are doing
monologue. Right?
some of them think they might not be selected. That's the problem.
so they
They
already do
come
a
with
bad
this.
monologue.
So they just
Yes,
doing
so some of them just come with this negativity. So I've heard where some come to the show and like, me, I'm not gonna just get picked. And I'm like, sometimes you hear they've already gotten
why?
their cast. I hear that a lot.
And
Like, why
I
coming with so much
don't say,
negativity and all that? Like, you
then why
just
do you
try.
submit the monologue? Because I think about some of the monologues that people send to us, right? Or the tapes that people send to us. You're doing a tape in your compound. I can see your gates. I can see the gates in front of you. I'm struggling to hear you. The wind is louder than your voice. Or you do a monologue for
your
me.
voice.
I am hearing so many. Some people even do it that the way the camera angle is set up, I'm struggling to see the actor. I'm like, okay, why am I watching this
Yeah,
tape? You do a monologue. The one that kills me
right.
are the ones that do monologues, but it's a TikTok sound. That is the monologue. And they're
Mm-hmm.
acting to the TikTok
Monologue.
sound. And I'm like, what are you doing? So I think I find
Right.
I find but yeah.
The same one. Okay. Akileye says a casting director in a way agent as well. I
No,
should think so.
I
Please.
So I think that's one of the things we get where people come to us and say, "Oh, can we be an actor under your casting company?" And we don't do that. At least for Pages casting, we do castings. We're not managers of talents. Just because one of the things you want to also ensure is to ensure that you are not biased, right? So if I have an actor that
Mhm.
I'm biased to, it means that every time I need to cast for any director, irrespective whether the actor fits the role or not, I'll be recommending an actor because the actor is under I'm the agent for the actor. So casting
Mhm.
directors are not supposed to be agents. In fact, internationally, it is a breach of the ethics of being a casting director to manage
Yes.
a talent. We don't manage actors. We provide the right actors to producers or production companies, and there are agents who handle it, talent. So sometimes when I get messages from actors saying, "Oh, you've not put me in any production this year," I'm like, no, that's not my job. My job is not to put you in a production. My job is
Right.
to ensure that I
Right.
recommend you when necessary for a production, but I don't
Right.
owe that to you. I'm not your agent. Speak to your agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to our community. Yemi says, Yemi TV says, casting directors are bad when it comes to selection of an actor. Proper studio monologue, even though they know that the actor is good, they won't choose him or her because of the monologue quality. No, that is what we just talked about, Yemi. A lot of people come with that negative feeling already that they won't pick me. You understand? Please, you don't come with that negative thought already that say that they won't pick me already or my monologue is not good. No, do a good monologue and submit to the casting directors and all that. They will look at it. And if you are fun, if you're doing very well, why not? Or if you somebody like they have a role that will suit your personality, why not? They will call you for it, right? You want to speak to it, Daphne.
Yeah. So
We'll talk
I
about
think that one sorry.
Yes, go ahead. You
No,
want
I
to?
think that one thing, and looking at Yemi's comment, right?
Yes.
It's important to first understand you're an actor. What is your monologue? Your monologue is it's like your resume. Your
Yes.
monologue
Yeah.
is what gets you into the room. If you cannot invest in a good quality monologue, you're not serious.
Oh,
I think that let's not sugarcoat words.
yes.
We have
Yes.
you have 10 people you're looking at for a role. Six of
Yes.
them spent time and effort to create a monologue that is of good quality. Why would I focus on the other four that didn't think that they respected the craft enough to take it seriously? I won't. And I think it's also important that actors understand that there are levels to acting. You can't be a bad actor, even if you have a great monologue in terms of quality. If you're a bad actor, I'm not going to pick you for a project. I will use you for background. I'm not going to use you for lead. I'm not going to use you for supporting. Because at the end of the day, if as a casting director, I'm recommending a bad actor to a director, why does the director need to be talking to me? He can do the work himself. So as a casting director, I'm looking for the best talents that when they step, the best compliment I get all the time is when a director messages me to say, even the day actors are as strong as the lead. That's what you want to hear. And what people don't understand is that I gave you a role to speak 2 lines. You killed those 2 lines. The director will call me the next time. I'm like, I like that actor. Give him a bigger role in my next production. So
Yeah.
if you're an actor and you can't take your monologue seriously, you shoot a monologue where your camera is on the ground. I'm seeing inside your nose to see your production. But you are now telling me, director, you're not casting me, you are doing favoritism. No, I'm looking at actors who took their craft seriously. And I always tell actors, you submitted a monologue last year or 2 years ago. I asked for a monologue. You said, give me that your 2 years ago monologue. So it means in 2 years, you couldn't do a new monologue. You couldn't improve on your look. You couldn't improve on anything. Then you're not serious. So I think actors need to understand images, monologues, they are your bread and butter as an actor. You can do 5 monologues, different looks, different expressions, different. Keep sending it to casting directors because you don't know the one that will click for the next production. But you expect to be taken seriously when you don't do that. I'm sorry, I can't promise anything to that actor. So that's what I would say. Oh, kids, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's
I
me.
can't hear you.
You might be muted.
We can't hear you.
Oh.
Okay, it was on mute. Sorry. So, what are the top 3 mistakes that you think actors still? We're talking about it already. What are other mistakes that we think that all these actors, they do when preparing for casting, using the place of monologue and in place of um, casting pictures as a vehicle?
So three mistakes that actors make when they're sending their material. No?
Three can be four, can, but at least three mistakes that that they make while they are preparing for audition or for casting. Use of monologue and casting pictures, like we mentioned. Um, let me hit it. Let me take off stop to continue from where you stop. Somebody sent me the same picture that you took 5 years
Yeah.
ago as casting pictures. It's a it's a big letdown. It's a red flag. It's a big letdown for me. So I think it's one mistake that they need to clean themselves up. You talked about the monologue, somebody sending monologue of 4 or 5 years ago. You should not be able to do something. So that you're not investing. So what other things that we think we can also advise them against,
Hmm.
which are basically mistakes that they do?
Mm.
Well, I know that most of them they don't improve themselves. A lot of them don't improve
So they
themselves.
don't
They
they don't
just they just
they
stay in.
don't they
They
don't
don't
rehearse. They don't take time to go
they don't
for
react
classes. They don't put so much effort
right.
on the like
Oh,
or improve or like because the truth is that I've seen somebody who doesn't know how to act from now and improve like later on. You have to keep reading. You have to
yes.
keep reading to improve on your words and you have to watch videos and all that. So most of them are not. So if you take your craft very serious, you're going to be serious in having a great monologue. You even keep you be the one to keep updating and changing it and all that. So they don't rehearse. They don't. I think they just feel like it's so. It's just feel that are very serious. And when you see the serious one, professional, you will know when you see the serious one, you actually know. So let them rehearse and let them practice. Let them go for some um, um, acting classes.
I see some.
Yes, yeah, it's very important. They can even also visit this stage play thing. It helps. Most of them just don't like going,
Yeah.
even seminar. They should try. Like I think most of them are like, how much I just want to wait transport. Sometimes you get knowledge on some things. Like they just want to be in that their comfort zone and wait for a manner to just fall. Like most times you
Mm-hmm.
just have to move
Right.
out and
But
put
they're comfortable
yes, put
and
effort
improve
and
their.
okay. I think that's what I feel. So
Hmm.
So I was saying to Uzo and Saidila the last episode, I was saying them there are a lot of vehicles, a lot of avenues for actors to improve, to meet directors, to meet producers, and all that. But they go to Africa, for example, instead of networking with producer and director, they are taking pictures, doing red carpet and all that and all that. That's a letdown for them. I think that place is what be a networking place for you to meet with directors. So it's something that you need to work on seriously. Let me go straight to our community. Our community is hot. Oh. Our community is hot today. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Why did the casting director recast an actor because of an Instagram follower? I need to. I think you need to re-ask that question. But he's asking about why do we cast people because of their followership on Instagram? Why do we? Okay, let me go this way. What's the importance of having a large followership and a very good Instagram and community for actors, especially aspiring actors or upcoming actors? Let's
mm,
go. Why do you think it's
You go
important?
first. So that,
can,
you know.
can you come
Okay.
again so I can come again so I can understand you?
Okay, okay, no, he's asking about why is it that the casting director will cast because of followers on Instagram. So I'm asking, what is the importance of an actor having followership on
Mhm.
Instagram or on X or any of those?
Mm,
Would you cast somebody, Daphne? Would you cast somebody because they have a lot of followership on Instagram or on
that will
social
not be
media?
my primary reason. I will always cast because they are talented. However, the truth of the matter is casting directors are not it's not an autocratic role. You
Yeah.
can't pick an actor and force the director and the producer to take that person or the executive producer of a film to take that person. It's always important for people to understand that as casting directors, we want the best person for that role. However, there are times when we have to
Yes.
succumb to production needs. Now, if a production every production has their goal. If I'm doing a
Yeah.
production for, I already know where I'm distributing. I'm not worried about cinema. I'm not worried about, sometimes directors are just like, I just want the best actor, give me the best actors. But when a production is worried about commercial success, then you have conversations around followership. And it's not for every role. If I'm picking my lead role, my top, my main cast, then those conversations come in. It might not necessarily be followers sometimes, it might just be how much influence does this actor have to get people to watch a movie. Now, as an actor, the truth is, we've gotten to a point where social media has become important. We can't take it
Yeah.
away. It's not, it's almost like it's like a blessing and a curse, right? Now, influencers, yes, I
Mhm.
would agree that a lot of influencers are getting into film production easier than they did back in the day. And that's because they're looking at numbers, and that's
Yeah.
because digital marketing, social media marketing, advertising and influencing has pulled people to cinemas or has pulled people to watch. Now, what I would say is build your following. Don't be pressured about it. It probably say in all my casting experience, maybe only 15 or 20% of the conversation has been about followership.
Yes.
15%. And that's because most times, once I have my lead, I don't need you. It's not your 10,000 followers that are going to bring people to the cinema, right? So I would say that
Mhm.
yes, it's there, but don't be bogged down by it.
Mhm.
It is not, a lot of times it's not even in the decision making for you as an actor where you are in your level. For the bigger actors, yes, we have these
Right.
conversations, but then it is not 100% the reason why an actor is casting a movie. No.
Right. 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 Because I can let me speak before you come in, Alex. Before you come in, Alex.
Okay.
There are some people who have 1 million followers, but you see that the engagement is just 10 people.
That's the
Mm.
problem. That's yeah,
Right. That's another issue.
that's the problem.
You see somebody who has, but there's no engagement. So we need to also try and balance it also. Because for me, what I also do, some of them they have 100,000 followers and they have just 10 posts on their page. That's a red flag. That was just trying to put, but they need to work hard and also. Please, Alex, come. You wanted to,
Okay,
to add to
so I
speak to
think
it.
I agree to what she said. So to me, in my own opinion, I feel that social media is not an edge for me to pick somebody. I look out for your craft. But if the owner of the film says this is what he wants, I can't do anything about it. But to my own opinion, I feel it's not really necessary. I can pick even a very good person, a good actor that doesn't even have a lot, because most times these people that has a lot of followership, can they convert their followers? Are the followers loyal to convert money for your project? Like some of them, they might not even know whether you're filming. Some of them have very low engagement and all that. So
Right.
what
Yeah.
our advice
Yeah.
is, as an actor, just build your social media. We did not say that you have to, at least let it just represent your craft. Not when somebody goes to your page, I try to pick you for a cast, and I'm seeing you are there's a picture of you washing clothes. Like your page is showing trader, and you said you're an actor. Why are you stressing me? If the owner of the film
Mhm.
seals, like in fact, you cannot even get a role. So to me, not that I support that you must have a lot of followership before I give you a role or I pick you for a lead. No, I am not in support of that, because we have people who are very good that they don't even have good following, but try and have, like, build your social media. Now it's very important. Before it wasn't really. Now it's important for yeah. So I feel they both work together. So it's 50-50.
Okay, let me go back to the community. Okay, okay. Peter Member was saying that how can you cast an actor when the producer is saying that the person is unaffordable or
Mm.
um, have you had that situation where the producer is saying the person that you bring in is unaffordable or they cannot afford them, and meanwhile they're paying somebody else higher than whoever you brought? Do you understand it?
Yes, I think so.
Do you
Yes,
get
I do.
how do you balance it when you're bringing Alex? Alex, you know that Alex is a very good actress. You're bringing her, and the producer is saying that Alex money too much. She they collect 5 million,
Yeah.
and when he goes out there to get somebody, and he's paying the person 6 million, and you know as a cast director that person is bringing is not as good as Alex. What will you do in that kind of situation?
Well, I think that how do I phrase this? I think that there's no fixed rate card for any actor. That's the
Yes,
truth. Every actor, particularly an established actor, so sometimes for day actors, the budget is already fixed. This is what the director is going to be able to afford, and we bring it to the actor. You take it or you can leave it, and we go with another actor. Now, in terms of ranking for more established actors for like lead roles, yes. Sometimes a director will be willing to pay more for a particular actor and not be willing to pay more for this particular actor. And
yes,
everything
yeah,
is dependent on branding. That's the truth.
yes,
So if you want the
Exactly.
industry, that's why most I tell my upcoming actors, this is called showbiz. It is
yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
an academic.
Pity. It's not
It is
even where
showbiz.
they
Yes,
have to pity you, like,
it's
oh,
not.
please have mercy on me.
An actor sometimes the director will look at and like what Alex talks about, like social media page. A lady might not even, or an actress or actor might not have a lot of followers. But when you go on their social media page, it is giving a star that is about to burst. So the director is
Right.
like,
Right.
no, 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 this girl, if she promotes my post or even she comes on set, the kind of quality of clothes she's going to bring, the kind of
Yes,
personality, the way she will create the content for the movie, I would rather pay this person 1 million naira than pay this
yes,
other person 500K because you go on the person's page. Like she said, some people's page is
Right.
family. The pictures are like 2017. They look cloudy. And you're like, what's going on here? So at the end of the day, it is also
Right.
about branding. You can request for a certain
And
amount of money, but does your can your brand
right.
carry that amount of money? So I think that when we're
Right.
looking at those things and the director is saying no to an actor, sometimes we are there fighting with director, telling director this is the person that should work. But when the director too has gone on your page,
Right.
maybe has inquired. So also another thing people forget is that everybody is talking to everybody in the industry. If you've worked on a production, maybe
Right.
Alex cast you for a production and you were horrible on set, you were nasty, you stressed the
Right.
director. Director now calls Alex, and Alex said that
Mm-hmm.
person will stress you. Even if I tell you that the person will take 200K,
Mm-hmm.
director will say, like, I'll go and pay somebody else 1 million. I will come
Like,
on my set and
yes.
be a team player. So there's so many factors
Mm-hmm.
that have to do with why a director will be willing to pay a certain amount of money for an actor and also what they bring to the table. Even when movies are done, you have 1 million followers, but you don't want to, some actors, you'll be begging them to post the movie on their page, a movie that they did to promote the
Mm.
movie.
no,
You
I
know,
Yes.
well,
think they
Right.
select to do that thing. So they check if a film is on Netflix or have all those, then they just then I think
guess
they
what,
check the
Alex?
EP.
Guess what,
Let's
Alex?
not break
The,
let's not break
guess what, Alex?
some.
Netflix has gone now, or the platform that we're all doing Yanga with, don't
Oh,
they reduce? But now,
so
but, but now directors too are now using that the memory of that to know who they want to work with. If you want a
yes,
Yes.
it's
director who
true.
is available,
Yes.
who you will tell that my movie is coming out,
I, I, I,
the actor will say, "Don't worry, I'll create content. I will do this. I will do that." A director will pay much more for an actor that is working with you as if they own the film with you. Not the way you be begging that, please, have you done post? Okay, do story now. Okay, can you do this? Can you do that? So I think those are factors that affect cost as well.
okay. uh, While we're still at it, Promise Akbar says, "What's the best way an actor can position himself in present Nollywood? What is the best way for an actor to position himself?" It goes with the question I'm going to ask, so that we can take it. We can ask very well. How important is look and personal brand to casting directors?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a tough one.
Because for you to position
Mhm.
yourself, it has to do with your personal brand,
Yes.
and we'll be talking about marriage and all that. So how important is this?
I
I think it's very, very
it
important
is. It is.
Important
because
look and they are both important, but you have to have skill and talent. So if you don't
right,
have skill and talent, ha, even if your brand self, you will just go here and just be stuck. So you need to have skill and talent. Like it's just your
Yeah.
so they both go hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
I think another thing I would say
okay,
is, sorry, go ahead. You wanted to speak.
definitely. Okay, I was going to say skill and talent. So someone is very skilled and very talented, but person have very good, nice look and very personal brand. Which will we choose?
So I think that for a casting director, I mean, for me, your skill and talent is number
Yes.
one. That's the truth.
Right.
However, which is why I always tell
Mm-hmm.
people, casting is not a singular person's action.
Yeah.
No matter
Action.
what that you are called a
Absolutely.
casting director, there is a director,
Right.
there's a producer, there's an
Uh-huh.
executive
Right.
producer, there,
Executive producer.
there even
Mm-hmm.
PM is
And
involved.
layers, that layers of people
So
take
most times
decisions.
when
Yeah.
we put a deck, for example, if I present a deck, even sometimes I will tell you guys that the people that don't have title on the production, but they are part of casting. How do I
Yes.
Mm.
explain? The
Yes.
producer's wife is part of casting.
It's part of the casting.
The,
Yes, now.
the daughter of the EP is part of casting. So sometimes we would have sent your picture. They will go and check the person's socials. They will look at what the person has done before. Like, I don't really like this person. But there's a person, and now that we're on social, which is how we talk about social media, it's not about followership, but it's even about how do you present yourself. As an actor, I would tell some actors, collaborate with all these makeup artists and all these things and do shoots. Because I tell you, sometimes they just go and see all these shoots, photos of the actor. They're like, who is this person? I want this person in my movie. And because again, it is show business. When you think
Yes,
about
it
the
is.
industry, like in India, they learn how to sing, they learn how to dance, they do their teeth. If you look at even in America, people are doing veneers, people are doing things, because it's a show business. Beyond talent, there's also the other things. So I would tell actors that look, it is the total package. There's a story of back then where auditions were a thing. I know of an actor, I don't want to mention the person's name, that will literally take bus and bike to audition ground to get to like the junction. Then he will hire like a car, like when I mean proper car, just to drive the person from the. So by the time the person is coming
From
down from the
how many
jeep,
people?
even you as the actor, director, when you want to price the person, you say, okay, Shay, will you help us with? Because the person is already, the packaging of the person alone is already like, if I give this person 10K, they will not take it. So let me up by fee. At the end of the day, it's show business. That's just what it is. So that's what I would say in terms of
Right.
packaging or branding.
Okay, so let's go back to the community again. Yemi TV is asking, Alexandra, what's your casting page? What's your casting page called?
Okay, Urban Savvy Media.
Urban Savvy
Urban
Media.
Savvy
Okay.
Media. SAVVY Media.
Okay, fine. I'll type it right
Okay.
on the for you. Of course, Daphne, yours is called what?
Pages casting. PAGES CASTING.
Yes.
So pages and casting together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Papa Ashiri says 100. She's giving you guys kudos that they're enjoying you guys. Jasper Buka is clapping. Buriman Dasin says right on point. Alberta Mampi Sagoe, is saying very insightful. Nice. Papa Ashiri, why did casting director keep asking for monologue when you had worked with the same actor? Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me chip in on that.
Why, Alex? Yes.
I know some people that maybe some people came to this to come and face because I know that part. Some people keep asking me, "Ma, sent you
Yeah.
something for now."
Yeah.
So actors sometimes
Yes.
you see an actor today, the person's skin tone will change.
Mm.
The person might change look.
Yes.
So we have reasons why we ask you to send monologues. Like, do you understand? Because you shot to me the last time, you send me a monologue, doesn't mean that I will request for another monologue. I will request for something else because you might even look different than what you gave me the last time.
Yes.
So, some of them when they send
Yes.
you pictures and all that, they usually be what I ordered versus what I somebody has told me that the cream I was using the last time. I think she sent a picture, she was light skinned, then she did a monologue, she was dark skinned.
Yes.
So is good to always update your monologue so that we can see how you look like presently. And I know you're a good actor, yes. And sometimes we need the monologue to check if you fit in for that role. You must not fit in into all the roles. Like everybody can act, everybody has where we know that you fit in. But I cannot be looking for somebody that plays 16 years old. Then I now come and I can cast somebody who is in her 30s to play that role because of her looks. But there are some persons that I cannot cast for that particular look that has that age. So that's if a casting director asks you to send, please can I get a monologue again? Please do a monologue and send. You don't have to feel offended or feel like it's like was stressing you and all that. So it's important to have different monologues, and when asked to submit, please kindly submit.
Right.
So
Okay,
that's it.
so still on the community, Zabet TV says hi. Hi, Zabet. Miss Eziani official says, as a content creator, or basically as an actor, how do you break out from the stereotypes of being cast in light-hearted character and start being cast in character with depth?
Hmm.
Do you understand? So
Yeah, I think that
I think
okay.
we talked about
I think
severally
that
already.
so I think that and she's speaking to like a content creator who is transitioning from a content creator to an actor. So maybe the person used to do skits, like comedy skits and stuff like that, and now wants to become an actor. How
Right.
do you avoid becoming a stereotype? So you know how people just take you what you were doing
Stereotype.
on Instagram, they want to put you the same role in the movie. And how do you take that? I think it's basically for in terms of your monologues. Um, if you know that you want to transition, I would say two things. You can create a page that just, if you want to rebrand yourself totally, you can either create a page that just speaks to like your professional side as an actor, and then they can also see that you also are a content creator. And so when you send in your monologue, make sure that your monologue it's not humorous. Don't do what you already do. Do something different so that when I watch it, I'm like, ah, is this not this I know this person, this is content creator. Oh wow, this person has range. Because we've seen you as a funny person. Show us a serious side. Um, if possible, especially because I'm thinking as a content creator, you also have a following. Try to be selective of the roles that you want to
Mhm.
take. I know at first you want to break into the industry, but also be a bit more intentional with saying, oh, I would like more serious roles. And so look out for that kind of those kinds of roles as well. So I would say the monologues that you do, constantly try to reiterate that the images that you send, be serious, be professional. That way, when the casting director is looking at you, because at the time we're casting, we're not looking at your page. Most times we're looking at what you've sent, the materials that you've sent in. Make sure that they are of the kind of roles that you would like to see. If you can look the part as well, that way I'm thinking about you in that kind of role as opposed to as the funny person on Instagram.
Right. You want to add to that,
I
Alex?
think she has said this. She said everything, and yeah,
Okay.
she's correct.
Awesome. 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 So for my community, I've posted their pages on the chat room. You can see for Daphne is pages casting, then for Alex is urban savvy media, right? It's there already. Thank you very much. Okay, so let us go straight to right. Okay, the community. Okay, Kesa TV saying amazing advice. Thank you. We appreciate you. We like that you like it. Yes, Yemi TV, please help us type Alex. Yeah, just type that. Odwa Taiwo Dwala. Wow, this is one of the biggest directors in Nollywood. It's based in America and it's based in Hollywood, California. Taiwo Dwala. Thank you for joining us. Oh wow, this is nice. This is nice. I appreciate you, my brother. It's a very good point. Very good. This is why this conversation is very important. So we can have this is industry talking about industry, right? It's not like as if people are talking about industry. This industry talking about industry. So we appreciate people when they come in, like Peter Manboy, who is a casting director and a actor and a director, is producer is with us. The same thing, Taiwo Dwala has been the director for a long time and all that. Thank you very much. There's a question just popped in. Oh, okay, from Stella Samugana. Mama Stella Samugana, one great
Mhm.
actress. This lady, my mama, Mama Samugana. Please, why is it that most times after sending the monologues, an actor is not taken? Most actors then later they complain that they're not taken. Why is that they are not taken? Why is that
Because it's
they
a
are not taken?
competitive space. if I ask you to send a self tape, and I'm guessing this is at the self tape part where we've looked at your work, we have your monologue already. So of course, for us at Pages Casting, we already have your monologue, we have your images. We know we believe that you'll be good for a role, and we send you a script, we send you a character bible, we send you a brief and everything, and ask you to send in a tape. And we're not sending to only you. Most of the time, you're talking to a minimum of 3 actors per role. Minimum. There are times when we have 8 actors for one role. Now, if you don't get selected,
Mhm.
it's because somebody else has gotten the role. And that's the truth. It's- I think sometimes I have somebody
Mhm.
who one time reached out to me and said, "Oh, Daphne, I keep sending self tape. You don't pick me. I'm tired of sending self tape." And I said, "Okay, then don't send." And I think I'm very factual because I think that we've even gotten to a point now in casting where you can sit from the comfort of your home and
Yes, we
do
believe it.
5 auditions in a day. If I don't see why any actors will be
Right,
tired of
right.
sending
I agree with
self-tape.
you.
Imagine if I told you to get up from your house, dress up, take transport, come, and I'd still send you back. The world of casting has
Mhm.
evolved. So now you can be at home and be trying out for 10 different roles in a day. So I think that actors should not be tired. I think that sometimes we forget where we're coming from and we forget the fact that we've now advanced to this point. If you've been sending um mono self tapes and you don't get selected, one of the things I would say is
Mm,
speak to the casting director,
mm,
especially if that casting director. Now I want to say that if as a casting director I keep reaching out to you, you keep sending tapes, it already shows you that I have a belief in you. Because for me to even have put you on the deck, to even be shortlisted, it means that I've
mm,
seen something in that actor and I know
mm,
that that actor has potential. Now, if you don't get it, I would say send an email to the cast director or ask to, get on a call or anything to say, oh, what are some of the things I want to do? It's possible that your sound is
mm,
bad, your monologue is not good. It's possible that you're
mhm.
not dressing for the part. I know actors who send in monologue that it looks like they were on a
Right.
bus and they just rushed, came down, did a monologue, it looks scattered. Even me watching it, I know that they will not be selected because they didn't present the way I thought that they would present. I would say that always try to understand the
Right.
character. That's why I talk about the fact that understanding your character Bible, so that when you send a tape, it is so good. There's some tapes that you get as a casting director, you have goosebumps. Even the way the actor has
Right.
interpreted it, you did not expect such an interpretation. And there are times the, the
Right.
best for me is when a director says they want to use an actor and I'm fighting for
Mhm.
another actor or a
Uh,
a lesser known actor. And by the time the two of them bring in the self tape
yeah.
there, this new
Mhm.
actor blows the other one out of the water. You're
It's
just like,
right.
well, look at the
Right.
stars, right? So I would say
Right.
make sure that your tape is excellent. Make sure that you've done enough work. Don't rush. Take your time
Mm-hmm.
because that video is going to be seen by at least 5 to 10 people, and you want to stand out in
More.
everything.
There's something you keep interchanging because this is also a class, right? Self tape monologue. Clarify for the audience. Somebody,
Okay,
why? What is self tape? What's monologue?
okay. So a monologue is typically a video that an actor will send out where they are delivering a monologue as we know it. So
Right.
you're not expecting a response from
Right.
another person. They create that.
One
Sometimes you will send that to a casting director to show your skill, not necessarily
person.
for a role. So at Pages Casting, for
Mm,
example, we tell people to send in their videos and their monologues and their images. That's what we use to even just ascertain the quality of an actor. Okay, this person is good, this person can deliver. It's like your resume that you send out. Now, with a self tape,
right.
we would have used the monologue and your images to get you shortlisted for a role. So when we're sending you a self tape will when you're getting a self tape request, at least from us, you will have a script. So the
Mm,
script is like a one pager of the production we want to put you in. So when you're sending that, usually that will also have like a response from another person. It's like a dialogue of a scene. So that
yeah,
self tape,
right.
you are doing it knowing already most times the director, the producer, or the title of the production. You know
Right.
your role.
Yes.
So we want to now see how you interpret a role. It's not like a monologue, you can do
Mhm.
whatever you want. That one is just for me to see. But
Right.
a self-tape, I'm already having expectations. The description are there. Sometimes I will tell you this character is a rich man from Ekiti State, from whatever, whatever. Then you come and then you don't have any nuances. You don't understand what an Ekiti, like what represents the character. So a self-tape is usually part of the casting process where we have shortlisted and we want it for a specific production and for a specific role. That's from my idea.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
Alex. Have you ever cast someone who wasn't the best actor but had the perfect look?
Hmm. Yes, so I have. And that experience, I'm sorry to say, it's the director that had to suffer it too. Hell, like, let me just, like, I have, honestly. And, that's it's also a problem in the industry. Like we always have to, like, especially when it comes to the romance part, the romance. So we all feel that anything that has to do with love story, the guy has to be perfect, the lady has to be what's this thing that they call, is it
Boss.
BB? Oh no, sorry.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, do you get? We always have to
yeah.
put perfect people in a love stories. Sometimes the guy is not supposed to be fine. The lady is not supposed to be fine. Like, so we're already used to that. So most times, and when we put some of those kind of actors, because of their look, they might not give you the best. They might not give you like what you want, but because of, oh, they look the part and all that, we just have to. So yes, let me not lie. Yes, I have.
Daphne, have you?
Alex
Daphne?
looks so sad saying that. But I agree with her, and that's why we say that casting
Right,
is not a it's not a monarchy or it's not an autocratic rule, right? You have to succumb
autocratic. Yeah.
sometimes to the request of a casting director. Sometimes as I mean, sorry, to of a director or a producer. Sometimes when the script was written, they already wrote it for somebody. That's the truth. Like we have to be
Yes,
honest. And
yes, yeah,
sometimes the director has already
absolutely.
told the star that you are the one in that
Person,
movie. So you as casting director, you need
play
to know
that
like
real.
only by God's grace. Maybe the actor just comes to say, I'm not shooting, no, I'm not available. Then, but sometimes we have to succumb and we have
Right.
to allow it. And the truth is, like Alex said, when they start to feel the brunt, they'll come and still tell you the casting director, "Ah, this person's
Mm.
not even delivering." But you can't really say much because they chose they chose the person.
All
But
right, all right. Thank
I'll
you.
say again though, that's why
Right,
we say it's show business. It's
right.
not as much as
Yes.
it's not an academic profession. It's show business. So
Exercise. Yeah.
beauty matters. I know
Show
some
me.
actors that are not very good today, but they look amazing and
Mm.
they're stars. So people
Right,
like them. What can you do?
right, right. Thank you. Odwataj from the community. Odwataj says great topic. Thank you, Odwataj. We hope to have you one of these days. Mama Samugana said, yes, you asked for advice. We're giving the advice already on what you need to do. Lumi 360 says louder. Okay, we're loud. Okay, I'm loud. Gospel Cam says when a casting call is posted, and it says to send a monologue, is it wise to include other information about yourself, like your height, your phone call, and the email and all that? Do we have to add our personal biodata on monologues?
I feel like, so most times when that is requested, I think because your monologue is not supposed to be so long. If you send a very long monologue, we'll
Long.
get tired. Like nobody wants to open your videos and start watching. Somebody has to send me a very lengthy monologue. Like only from starting of your video, I already know that this is just wasting of my time. So unless maybe if it's more like if it's a commercial, I know they ask more of that. But when it comes to Christian, we don't. I think we don't need that information. We just need you to. Most times you can just introduce
Just
your
deliver.
name and get straight
Yeah.
to the point, so that your videos don't have to be so long. So
Right.
yes, so try not making your monologues longer unless the casting director requests that I need this information.
Right.
But once we don't request for that, I think it's just go straight to the point, send in your like my name and age, or like just go straight to your monologue. When we pick you, that's when we can come back for the information. We try to ask after the casting process. We try to ask you what's your height, what's where, like, so that information comes later. So just focus on your performance. That's the important and the timing.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, Daphne, how do you handle a situation where the producer and the producer's wife is saying, "This is the person I want," and the person that you are casting is obviously different? How do we handle that kind of situation? It happens with casting directors and producers and casting directors and directors and all that. How do we balance that situation where, especially when the person is not even in the process,
Yeah. So
right?
so at the end,
Especially when the people are actually people
yes.
behind the director's wife or the producer's wife. How do we handle that kind of situation?
I think at the end of the day, it's like stakeholder management, right? Because the producer's wife is still your stakeholder. The producer can fire you on that job. So I think sometimes it's, as casting directors, we also have to be open-minded. So if a director or producer is saying, or their wife or family member is saying, like, look, this is somebody, I always consider them. I always send a tape.
Mm.
No matter what, I also like to make it a level playing field. So I'll tell the producer that, okay, no problem. If you want this person, let's do a what's it called? Let's do a tape and send to let them send the self tape. Let's see what they do. Sometimes the if by some stroke of luck, like I always say, God has ordained it for this other actor. Sometimes the actors they want will not
Mhm.
respond or will not be available or
Yes.
will just it just wouldn't click. Then that works. But sometimes it also clicks and everything works out. And then you find out that the actor that the producer's wife chose goes on set and does a great job. That's the funny part. Like you see, with casting, you want to get the best person possible, but you can't always want to make
Absolutely
the final call. So sometimes we are heartbroken,
right.
but that's the situation of things. And then sometimes what I also do is also to say,
Some,
look, it's like make it a business conversation. So there are times when you go far with who they've chosen and the budget is just not budgeting, right? And
Yeah.
they have to succumb to say, you know what,
mhm.
let's go with who the casting. Because most as a casting director, if you tell me this is how much you have for the role, I already know the actors that fit the budget that you are calling. So, but sometimes, people, everybody wants to
Mhm.
try. Maybe they'll say, oh, they have personal relationship, and then you find out that the actor is still not willing to bend, even with the personal relationship. So it won't work out. So I would say that with those things, I try to manage everybody. I try to say that okay, these are some of the problems that we might encounter. But if the producer and director are saying no, their voice trumps yours at the end of the day, especially when you're in the room and you just have to, okay, you know what, let's go with who they want. And if it's meant to be, sadly, that's just what happens. Yeah.
Okay, while we're at it, Alex, do you think favoritism or bias exists in
Ah.
Nollywood? Favoritism or bias?
Hmm. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes even we too, we have to
Yes.
also
Uh,
be biased. But if we're going to be biased, we have to use it in the right way. Like even
that's
you try to use a particular actor and you know that you always have to use this person and all that, please. And we'll just try to give room to new people. So but most
people.
times I can't control it. It's yes, it exists in the
Mhm.
industry. Like it do. So um that's my own opinion. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Daphne, should an actor take repeated rejection as a sign to quit? Should an actor take repeated rejection
No, as
as a
a
sign
sign
to
to
quit?
quit acting in general, I would say no. But as a sign to be
Yeah.
reflective, I would say yes. And why do I say that?
Mm.
As a casting director, I have some people who who we know, like we know based on they've submitted a lot of tapes and all of that, but we know they are not good actors. It's not my job to really tell you that you're a bad actor. What I might do is I might give you background roles. I might give you those kind of roles that I know don't need a lot of acting experience. There's some actors that are not good at acting, but they have a
Mm.
very like good look, and so they might go for like print commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, I think that you should be you if you've been getting a lot of no's, go to an acting class or get an acting coach. Let them give you honest feedback. as long as it's not like a money making magnet where they just want to take your money and lie to you. If they want to be real, an acting coach or an agent or someone will tell you that, okay, look, you're not great, so this is what you need to do. I would also say that sometimes, if possible, ask the actor, the casting director, or anybody still, why was I not selected? And sometimes, they will tell you. I'll say don't quit. It's a saturated industry. Every day new talent is coming out.
Yeah.
The ones they say the beautiful ones are not yet born. The best actors are still being born. So as you are
The thing
doing it,
yeah,
the younger ones are coming.
okay.
So it's very competitive. People are traveling from other parts of Africa to act in Nigeria. So it's very, very, very saturated. You can never give up,
Right.
but it can also not be your major source of income when you're getting a lot of no's. So be doing it alongside other things and try to develop it. Yeah.
Thank you. As round up, Papa actually says 100. He's giving you guys kudos. Alberta Sago, you're asking again. Why do you prefer monologue? Which do you prefer? Studio recorded or home recorded
I
monologue?
didn't get that. Sorry.
So which do you prefer? Monologue, studio recorded or home recorded?
Doesn't matter
I'm
to me.
sorry. You can create your monologue at home, just as I am. My
Anywhere.
background is
Yeah,
lit. I
that
can
is
create my monologue here. And this is
yes.
actually like you think I'm in a studio. So whether you're in a studio or you're in your house or you make sure that there's no noise, there's a plain background, and you have a good lighting and a clear sound. So I'm good with wherever your video is coming
Um,
from. So I'm fine.
Yeah. In fact, sometimes I find the studio
so in
recorded,
closing,
sorry, I find the studio recording a bit distracting.
Yes.
There's some people that send me video
right?
recording and there's so much special effects going on. There's so much
Editing,
sound.
they have to
Yes,
In the
edit,
back,
yes.
they've
cut.
edited the monologue. I can see that they cut and join. And I'm like, no. So home recorded is even
No,
best if
that's not.
possible. Or if it's studio recorded, it should be
Yeah.
simple. Don't do too much. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Okay. As we round up, what other tips can we give to them? We are beginning to give them tips already. What that tip? They're asking for advice and tips. What that tips can we give to them? Now we talked about good how where to take their monologues and all that. How to do their monologue. What that tips you want to give to them
Hmm.
in terms of preparation
So
and preparation um, inside the audition room, inside the casting room, after they left the casting room, what advice are you going to give them?
okay, so prepare for rejection and prepare for
Right.
acceptance because you might get picked and you might not. But because you don't get picked doesn't mean that
Mm.
you're not good. Probably you don't fit in the role.
Right.
It you can go to an audition and
Mm-hmm.
the judge, anybody or the director or casting director, they tells you, oh, you're good, but so it's either you don't fit into the role or you have to just put more effort, but they know that, oh, this person is a good potential. So always prepare for rejection and prepare you will get selected. And always um, try and always try and define your motive for being an actor. So I think that's all I can say because some people just don't know what they want as an actor. It's like some people are just coming to the industry. I just want to get fame so that everybody
Mm-hmm.
can know me. There's a problem. Some
Right.
ladies, let me just get fame and so I'll have followers. While we
Yes.
have the more that are focused on craft and they don't care how long it takes them. So always define your motive. So that's
Right. Okay. So in light of this, how should actors do their follow up without being pushy? Right? They sent you self tape and or they sent you a monologue or you ask them for to send you pictures, casting pictures. How would they follow up with you without being pushy? Because some people would they become too pushy that you get angry or you block them. How would they follow up without being too
If
pushy?
you've been selected for a particular role, just do an email. Oh, I haven't heard back. I just want to know
Right.
if the production has happened, or send a DM. That just once or twice.
Mhm.
Typically, we would respond to you. We rarely ever not respond. So I
Because
think, but I think where it becomes annoying is when an actor is constantly DMing you to say, "Oh, you've not called me. You've not called me. I didn't call me last month. You did a production. Ah, you didn't call me for this one." That is annoying. But if we did send a request to you and say we've been shortlisted for a role, definitely follow up an email, WhatsApp to just say, or a DM to just say, "Oh, I haven't heard back from you. Is this are you still casting for this role, or is the casting done?" You'll most likely get a response, at least from us.
Okay.
Right.
Let me chip into that. So my own opinion, I think I don't support being that pushy. If you're picked for a role, I think we'll reach out, because most times some of them can abuse it because you have access to the casting director, or the director or something. I think you don't even have to, because if you're selected for a role, you actually get a call back. That's what I feel. So let's not waste each other's time. Like, I'm just being plain. I'm sorry if I break your heart, but
Alex, why I'm okay with them actually reaching out is that
I'm
sometimes
being
casting takes
plain.
time. Sometimes I can
Yes, and
3
all
months.
that.
So they can. I can empathize as an actor. It feels and so what we try to
Mhm.
do sometimes, even for those that are rejected, we try to email them to say, "Oh, you were not selected for this role," because sometimes as an actor you need closure. It's like silence is sometimes it's heartbreaking. Maybe that's why I can
Silent.
say I
You
wouldn't.
know how
I don't feel
stressful
sensitive
it can be, and you have to attend to so many people. So I've been in that space before. I don't think I feel like you can reach out to me to check on me and ask my day, but coming back to come and ask me, I came for that or your audition. Are they not selected? You know that if you get selected, I would like you will get an email, or you get a response, or you get a call back. I'm just being plain here. That's what I'm saying. So call me, ask me how is my day. You're just checking on me. Please don't come, and you know that I don't make decisions. So I'm sorry if I break your heart with my
Right.
words.
Like as a round up quickly, yeah, why did actors get rejected become okay? Why did actors get rejected but break out as content creators?
because the content creator is
Now,
creating what he wants to create. An actor
you want to
is
create, so
is representing
it's
a vision that somebody else has. That's the difference. And you can be
yeah,
great as a content creator
yeah,
and be funny, but not all films are going to be like your content. You choose what you want to create. But as an actor, you are becoming
right,
a character that has been created. So I think that there are different, there are different factors to it. Um, Humor will not always sell, like movies are not always humorous, right? So a content creator on Instagram, you can be famous. It doesn't necessarily mean that you translate,
exactly,
in the big
exactly,
screen for
right.
somebody else's project. That's what I think. But Alex, most
An
person
actor
wants
is
to.
an employee.
Papa should say
Please, they
yes,
should also remember that you cannot come and be doing something in somebody's projects. Please, you are employed.
yes,
So I'm sorry.
employed.
Yes. So I know some of them feel that we don't call them for jobs, so they have to start doing their content creating and all that. Yes, but most times we don't. It's somebody's project.
Yes,
Is money making. Money needs to be made. Like, somebody cannot put in
right.
so much money and you come and no, 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 please. So um every actor is an employee. Like, the EP has
That's
the
right.
final say. If they need you or they don't need you, that's it. So
They should they should also know that as content creators, they are going to employ people, actors sometimes
yes,
too.
they will.
They're going, they're going to employ crew. They're going to employ other people. So Papa should says 100, yeah. Alberta says thumbs up. Alberta says very true, LOL. They're all excited and so happy with what you guys are saying and all that. Before we go and round up quickly, one last in a minute, one last tip, advice, anything you want to say to them, Daphne. Let's start with you.
Okay, so
In
in
closing, this is
closing, I would say that first of all, it's important that actors, established and even new actors, understand that the casting process is finding the right
yes,
talent to fit a certain role. And it's not always that it's going to be for even for established actors. Like we've asked um bigger actors to audition as well, and they just don't fit a role by the time they send a tape. Even internationally, right? You have stars that come and read for a role, and casting directors cannot find anybody. They have to go to film schools to go and find people because there's a look,
Look for.
there's a vision that the writer and the creator, directors and producers have for a role. So casting is not about just because you're a good actor, it's about whether you fit and can execute a role to perfection. So once people understand that rejection,
Right.
they don't feel like, oh, these people don't like me. This casting director, they always send me for self-tape, but they won't pick me. It's not about you, it's about the production. I think that it's also important that actors understand that your personality is 50% of the work. We get you on the set, but how you interact with the crew, how you interact with the producer, how you deliver the role, how easy are you to work with is how you continue to sustain jobs. Because I've had somebody I put on a production, he did 1 day shoot, had a standing ovation. Next time I was casting, director already called me to say, that actor, give him a bigger role on my next production. And it
Our
wasn't
next
about
process,
what I did
right?
was I gave him 1 day actor role, and next thing was in the production for like 8, 9
Mhm.
days. And it's because
Mm.
nobody wants an actor on their set that is difficult. Like Alex said, now people come
Right.
on, they want to be stars. You only did 2 films. Next thing you come on set, when are they bringing food? When am I going to do
Ah,
this? You've not even
Yes.
started in your career.
Yes,
You
yes, my
come as an
woman.
actor,
Yes.
you come on set as an actor, you are ready to work. There's some superstars. Oh my God, there's some great Nollywood legends, great actors that come on your set. They don't have problem. They just want to shoot. They just, okay,
Mm,
let's go. Oh, camera is down. Okay, we're shooting. It's past 9 o'clock.
mm,
Let's go. Can we finish by 11? But some actors
mm.
come, it's already 8. I have to go. What's happening? I
I'm
have so many
I'm
things to do.
tired.
I'm tired. Or they start
I
being,
bet-
being difficult, or say things like, oh, they were supposed to shoot only 2 scenes. They told me to join the third scene. Before they even shoot, they started causing problems. So I would say that remember that
Mm,
it is a career and word of mouth goes around. It's not just about
Yeah.
what you see. Everybody's talking to everybody. Nobody wants somebody on their sets that's going to give them a headache. So please, please, please.
mm,
And then ensure know that you are a brand. Every actor is a brand. A casting director will put you in the ring to fight.
mm,
Ensure that your materials are strong, your monologue, your tape. Every time you show up, please show up 100%. Make our works easier
mm.
so that when we
Right.
recommend you to people and directors, you get the job. We are happy when you are stars. Our dream is to
Right.
build stars. So yeah.
That's right. Thank you. Alex, final
Okay,
word.
so please try and go for acting classes. Try and meet people socially. Go for seminars. Like try and work more on yourself. Like she said, you are a brand, so you need to build your brand, and you need to um, be humble. Please, that being humble is very important because some people lack that. If you don't have a good attitude, it will never take you far. Nobody wants to work with somebody who has an horrible attitude. Like I said earlier before, are you approachable? Not because you did 1 or 2 films and you come the next day and you come and stress somebody and start being rude. So please, attitude is very important, like in film business as an actor. Build a brand, build yourself, and um, go to classes, seminar, acting classes, and practice. Keep practicing. Like read books, watch videos, and it will help. Like I think it will help. So that's a tip I can share to you guys.
Wow. Wow, this is massive. This is mad. Let me just say a big thank you to everybody. Online, OO is saying love to you guys. Favor Warmate says, I love page casting for that. They only reach out and follow up. Nice, good
Thank you.
recommendation. Odwala Odwala says, you guys are doing great. So happy to be part of it. Thank you, Odwala. Thank you for being part of this one. O says, casting director Alexander, she's hailing you.
Yeah.
Uh, Papa Shiri, we cannot take this question anymore. I think we're running up today. We're going to, of course, do a part 2 of this one where we're going to talk about the other side of our stars, their behavior and all that. What a session. Over 90 minutes of pure gold, really. This is pure gold. For those of you who took notes, you're one step to the next level, but it's not just taking notes, it's about
Yeah.
doing. Make sure you do, make sure you are prepared, show up prepared, be persistent, be content, respect the process also. It's very important that you respect the process, respect people that you meet, respect other actors, respect your crew, respect everybody and every massive, dreaded, massive thank you to my guest, Daphne Akatuba. Thank you very much. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you very soon again. This conversation cannot end like this. So you know if you end like this. You know if you're like this. Alex Zora, my partner. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. You guys are I don't know
Thank you
how
so
to
much.
express myself, but I would say a big thank you already. We're going to do this again and again. A lot of people are still coming in and saying thank you. They're saying thank you. Stella, Mama Stella, Auntie Stella, some guys saying thank you so much, Daphne. Thank you, Alex. God bless you both. God's power. He says thank you for this. Thank you, the community. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to having you guys next Thursday again. We'll talk about a very interesting episode on that different aspect of the industry. But we are still dealing with casting and auditions. We're going to do because this is a major question that we people ask all the time. How do I join Nollywood? How do I pass audition? What is audition? What is casting? So I hope I'm going to have you guys come again. You honor me for that. Thank you very much for the love. Please don't forget to subscribe as Kingsley TV. And before you go, please, that what's your social media, Instagram
I,
handle, or your
I don't
personal
even have
one
a
now,
personal one.
or your YouTube channel?
So for
Okay,
casting
you have a
is
YouTube
sorry.
channel?
Yes,
Okay, please.
pages
All
casting,
right.
please. You can
Okay.
DM us, you can email us. We would always respond to you at every time. Pages casting. If you go and look for me privately, you won't find me. Oh, I hope.
Well, we know where to find you. Alex, you want to tell us you have a YouTube channel or you want to give us your Instagram handles I can follow?
They can follow up on Urban Survey Media page at Urban Survey Media page. So you can send a DM. I would respond. We will respond.
Thank you very much, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, please press the subscribe button and don't forget to also comment and tell other people that Nollywood has started their own conversation. This is Nollywood talking about Nollywood now. This is not an outsider talking about Nollywood. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you guys
Thank you
again
for
next
having me.
week.
Thank you.
God bless you
Thank you,
guys. Love you
everyone. Thank you
guys.
all for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.